how to fail better. I want to offer my reflections on this popular topic and put it in the context of pilgrim endurance. Let's begin with two things in mind. First, running injuries are statistically likely for you, if not inevitable. And second, sinning, missing the mark, and falling short is also inevitable. Now, I realize there's a whole lot of baggage that comes with anybody's understanding of sin. And I'm going to ask you in this moment to try to set it down and just enter into this. Afterwards, you're free to go back and pick up your baggage as you please. I'm not trying to say here that your running injuries come from some kind of moral failure on your part. What I'm hoping to invite you into is the understanding that both of these, injury and missing the mark, are to be expected, not out of fatalism, but out of acceptance. One of the treasures of my counseling journey has been the recognition that the repair matters so much more than the break. I invite you to consider how you might live so that repair of your running injuries and of your falling short becomes more skillful. First, let's consider some obstacles in the way. You think you're fine, and all of a sudden, you begin to feel some pain in your knee or the bottom of your foot. Maybe you keep running on it, thinking it will go away. Or maybe you get worried and lose your stoke for running. Maybe you go to a physical therapist, or maybe you don't. But at the end of the day, it's not clear to you how to approach this first-time experience. Or maybe you've had an injury before, but now the pain is in a different place, and it doesn't quite feel the same. The question remains, how do I approach this? Second, some obstacles on the spiritual end. You think you're fine, and all of a sudden, you begin to feel some pain around an interaction with another person or with yourself. Maybe you keep pushing forward, thinking it will go away. Or maybe you avoid that interaction. Maybe you reach out for support, or maybe you don't. But at the end of the day, it's not clear to you how to approach this new experience. I think most people see themselves as good people who fall short rarely. But I also think there's a significant number of people who have quite a low self-esteem. I know I've been there. Then, missing the mark turns into shame. The thought that I'm a bad person rather than I messed something up. The question remains, how do I approach this? So, I see two main obstacles in our context. First, injury is an easy way to lose consistency and stoke for running. Second, missing the mark can easily lead to shame, which sucks us into more falling short. So then, how shall we repair better? First, let us trade in our expectation that we will not experience injury or miss the mark for the hope that comes from self-kindness and gentleness. This is the posture I invite you to take towards these situations and in the time between these events. What a challenge it can be to be kind and gentle to ourselves. This, though, is the only real setting for change. Otherwise, it just turns to shame. Second, reach out for support. Bring whatever it is into the light and find connection with others who offer you kindness and gentleness. This is not a space for people who don't accept the reality of your situation. It is a space for people who are working with you on this. And I hope you read my blog for more on gathering your support team. So once you take care of yourself, then you can move to repair. So here we go. Invest in repair. That's the third one. This looks like accepting the situation as it is. Whether your ankle is truly sprained or you truly offended your spouse. Then you take responsibility for what is yours. So you accept it and then you take responsibility. So that could look like ankle strengthening or pausing during a heated conversation. Then you make a plan for change. That plan is incomplete without including ways to prevent whatever it was from happening again. And none of this works without that foundation of kindness and gentleness for yourself. So this week, let us fail better. We know injuries and shortcomings will arise, and let us savor the opportunities that they are. Let us hope in kindness. Let us reach out for support, and let us repair. Oh God, let us repair.